last time we met up, we made it to the city of. Well, first we turned in our prisoner to
Yes.
guards. Then after we turned her in, we're like, hey, huh? And tried to figure out what was going on there, but ended up losing track and deciding not to pursue it at all, and leaving Arthavis for the second time that day. And traveling for a few more days before finally making it to Ironwell, where we went on a little shopping spree, went into a ice cream themed brothel, and basically ended on everyone standing in the middle of the street, hearing an explosion, and cats spraying in from where the explosion came from into the street. So you're currently back on the main street. Cats, C-A-T-S.
Okay. Just making sure I heard that right.
Yeah, you heard it.
What?
There was an explosion sound of some sort, like a concussive noise from down a corner somewhere from where you're standing currently. And what sprayed through the air from that direction was like 7 to 10 cats that landed on their feet and began walking and scattering into the town itself. And you had kind of met up back outside, somewhere between Lucky Pierre's and that blacksmith that you've been dealing with. So that's indeed where we left.
I feel like it looks like my money did not update, and I don't know how much I should have. What was I using last time? I was using my tablet. It should have saved. Weird. Because I already paid, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Huh, okay, interesting. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean that's my recap.
No, Woody was saying something.
Should we go and check out what that explosion was?
Oh, I am dead curious as to what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do.
And there's a small crowd that's kind of gathering a bit at the end of the street, as they do in even our real lives when such a thing takes place.
It's true.
But they are seemingly keeping a distance, and you do see about 7 to 8 more cats kind of spill through the crowd, and people kind of watch them as they kind of dissipate again into the city. Or I keep saying city, but it is much more of a township than anything else.
And they're like scattering, or are they all kind of going in the same direction?
Make a perception or investigation check.
Are cats a common creature in this world?
Well, there's 8 of them right there.
You've seen somewhere between 17 and 18. That doesn't sound like a big enough range, but you get it. You've seen about 20-ish, under 20 cats in the course of like 12 seconds, so pretty common.
Right, but I'm trying to figure out if it's specific to here.
Yes. Cats and dogs and such. Yeah, they exist in this world, and they are just as commonly beloved in this world as they are in ours.
So
in some cases more so, because there's a goddess that is heavily tied to those beings as
That's
well.
exactly what I was going to be asking. Okay.
Just like so,
there's a cat head god.
Mm.
It'd be weird.
So yeah, I mean, there's crocodiles in this world too, but some people are like, hell yeah, crocodiles, and some people are like, oh, fuck crocodiles. I don't know. You decide how you feel about it.
I was asking about that. I was just asking how common they were.
But not as revered as we might think of them in ancient Egypt, necessarily. Except by particular sex, I'm guessing. Huh?
How do you like your sex? What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I looked away for a second. I don't know what context I'm in anymore.
I'm so confused. Okay. In ancient Egypt, cats were they not like very much revered as religious symbols, like worshipped even? So, but we're not dealing with that situation here, even though I'm pointing out that that may have been a possible assumption that one might have made. It's not what's happening.
Yeah, and that's entirely up to you, is I guess what I'm saying. Like, there are people that certainly do.
And that's what I was saying by sects.
Oh!
S-E-T-S. Not worshipped as they were in ancient Egypt, except by certain sects. I'm assuming.
Got it.
Okay. I will take the spit out of my mouth and stop slurring my words.
You're fine. I should turn on the light. That would be really good.
Oh, I'm also playing in the darkness, but I like it.
So are these cats running in a general direction?
From what you can tell, it just seems like they're getting the hell out of Dodge, and some are going together, but it doesn't seem to be intentional. Like, it doesn't seem purposeful in any odd way. It seems just like a pack of cats that are scattered. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 might be going the same direction, but it's not like they need to go that direction or anything like that.
And there's a bit of a crowd about the explosion area that we've come upon.
Well, from what I understand, you haven't really made it to the end of that street where you can see where they're gathering at the end of that street, but you have not gone down that street, to my understanding, yet.
I think
So
we're trying
you haven't
to.
quite crested. Yeah, sure. You haven't quite crested around the end of that to see like how far that street goes or what the situation is, but you're about to. I assumed like this was what you're seeing as you're becoming inquisitive, and you see these cats pouring through, and you see people kind of rushing into the space to see what's going on. So now's the time, if anyone in particular really wants to get out in front and see what they want to see or whatever, you can.
Yeah.
That's what my perception check was. I'm hoping
This seems
to
like
see
a perfect
stuff.
time for me to pop this Tennessee rye whiskey that I got last night and drink it.
Ooh!
It's only a baby bottle.
Baby
Anyways.
bottle pop.
Baby bottle pop.
Oh no.
Baby bottle booze.
That was brilliant. Good job, Wendy.
So when you hear me go, you know what happens. Cool. So yeah, you come around the corner, and now you can see there's even more cats that are this street seems to go down about 15-20 feet with various doorways that you can see lead to like other establishments. Could be housing, you're not quite sure. Slightly narrow pathway, and at the end you can see it kind of capstones the end of this street. There's a big structure that is kind of that goes above the buildings around it, and you can recognize it as a temple to Bast, the goddess, which is where you are supposedly supposed to go for your job anyways. You can see, stone carvings of cat-like figures on it. Oh, what?
Oh, I just looked up what that goddess was.
Oh, okay, sure. So that's what you can see. There are 2 classically tall wooden double doors, and there seems to be a humanoid figure in robes. At this distance, it's kind of hard to make out their specific details, but they seem to have their backs against the door, and they're losing the battle.
Like something's trying to push the doors open.
You can make another perception check if you want to see what's the cause down there.
I'd like to do that.
Or investigation. I'll take you there. It doesn't really matter to me. I just see Tower FX.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Ooh.
For performance, reception,
Huh?
that should have 6 extra. It should be a 26.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, as long as it's better, then I'm not worried. Yeah, you can see every once in a while 1 or 2 cats kind of spill through the break in the door. You can tell that they're not on the same plane, and I don't want to say that in a D&D world. I need to clarify more. It is the material plane, yes, but they are not, what's the word? They're not kissing. They're not, what is the word that the set designer used for it? The wood is off. The doors are slightly ajar from pressure from the other side. Yeah, they are askew by about 7 inches maybe at best, and every once in a while a cat or 2 squeeze through and kind of race away down the street towards you.
This is where the explosion came from?
Yes, indeed.
Do these cats look like just normal cats?
So far, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they look like cats.
Are there any signs on the temple of damage, of like fire or some other
Cat explosion.
No, I'm not going to make you continue to roll perception checks after you already have. Nothing stands out to you as being charred or singed or anything like that. Like I said, when that happened, it wasn't really, you didn't see like flame shoot with cats or anything. It was more of just like a concussive noise. If you've ever been to like a Civil War reenactment where they set off a cannon, it was more like that.
Not
kind of-
specifically a
and you can
Civil
see-
War reenactment, but I've heard cannon shot.
Well, my father's my father, so that is
I
my
know.
frame of reference.
It's just so specific. It was really funny.
That being said, yeah, and you can kind of put this group has some like background and understanding and knowledge that the way that this alley or street is built, it feels like it can have an amplifying effect as well. So a component to it, just based on how it is and the proximity of, like I said, it's 20 feet long. It's probably about within 15 feet wide. It's kind of a tight street, but it really has its only purpose really is to get to this temple. But there are some, like I said, there's a few doors along the way of shops and such that kind of just built their way around due to space confinements.
Can I be reminded again you said this is where we were going for our mission anyways. What was it? This was stolen goods? Or what was the task?
Yeah. It was. I want my exact.
Did I write it?
Verbiage. Should be up here somewhere. Although I might not be able to access it because it's too long ago on this chat. I thought somebody wrote it down. Essentially, you are looking for Cardinal Blackwood. I remember that much. And it was some items had been stolen. Essentially, there wasn't much information that you were given at that time. It was kind of a come see us and we'll tell you situation.
That's fine. Yeah,
it was like a goods recovery job. Yes. Okay. That's what you originally came here to do, and you're like, oh well, if we're there, then we'll probably be able to find some of the things that we need done.
Indeed.
Right. So
sounds like us.
Sounds accurate. So this place basically looks like the door is like full to bursting with cats.
It's possible.
I'm going to tentatively knock on the door and ask if anybody's in there and if everything's all right.
So as I described, yeah. If you missed it, there is a person that is holding the door, like ho-dooring the double doors right now.
Okay, in that case, that is probably
for Game of Thrones fans. I realize I just gave that reference to someone who may or may not have gotten that reference. Like the only person here that maybe missed that. But do you know what I mean? Their back is to it. They've got both hands just bracing this door together. Okay. And if you're going to get that stroll down this street to get that close, you'll see that they do seem to be a member of the clergy. They're wearing like some black robes and some gold workings on it that give off the impression and imagery of Bast. They look disheveled and obviously it must be because of the predicament they're in now. It looks like at one time they were more put together, but they're dealing with shit. Slightly darker complexion, seem to be human. They look not like child young, but they look to be a lot younger than maybe you're used to seeing.
Just somebody with a youthful appearance.
Yeah, they just seem like a young buck. I don't know what else to say. That's not really. I don't want to say that either. But they look kind of green, and in this case, they look very panicked.
Green.
But that is what you see as you approach, and they seem far more occupied in what's behind them than what's in front of them. So you have first cast of how this greeting takes place, Flint.
All right. As I approach, I'm just going to call out to him. So, Flint Westhill, member of the Paladins. Was like,
yeah, I told you.
It's a member of the Red Robins. Anything we could help you out with?
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
The what?
Hold on,
I love it. I love it. Too late. Nope.
Wow.
Too
You know what I meant.
late.
You know what I meant.
I know. I just love it. Bottomless fries and all. There's, their profile.
What if we just never get our name right?
I know, but it's all right. I'll allow that you actually said the correct name because it's too much not to.
All right, but just to confirm, the right name would be Red Ravens or the Red Ravens?
Correct. That is correct.
How grammatically awkward do I have to be correct?
You gotta at least get the bird right, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get the bird and the color right, I'm good. Anyways, their profile is to you at this time, and when you start talking, they kind of snap to you wide-eyed. Help!
You got some commotion and cats over here. Just wondering.
Yes! Help me!
Do you need to catch the cats? Or are you trying to contain them all?
What is the nature of the problem?
I don't know!
I can punch cats, but I would rather not.
You're just trying to close the doors, I guess.
I will help with that.
What?
I don't
What
know!
happened?
It was cute at first. It was cute at first. But it's gotten out of hand. You hear another concussive sound from beyond the doors.
Oh.
Oh no.
I have been teleporting cats for 3 days.
I don't think holding the doors will actually solve this problem. Now I understand a little bit more.
Yeah, are there any nearby windows slash openings in the wall that could be looked into the building through?
There is stained glass, and what you see, it's above the doorways, and the doorways go up about, I'm gonna say 15 feet, because that's an exact height for D&D purposes, but understand that it's not a perfect thing, more realistic than that, but it is above the door. It's at the bottom of this window is at least 15 feet up, because these doors are pretty tall. The stained glass itself, probably about somewhere around 10 feet wide, no more than 15 feet wide. And it goes up about 25 feet and kind of pincers into that classic, like, rounded point top. And
the Gothic Arch.
The Gothic Arch, thank you. And what you see there is just a beautiful design work of Bast herself enacting vengeance upon some foe below her, claws out. Classic cat hiss face. That's what it looks like. And you can see that it looks like there are areas where there are, like, fur against glass on the bottom portion.
Of one being, can you tell, or is it like multiple little beings, like multiple cats?
Well, since Flint is asking to look through a window, I'll say, Flint, you can make a perception check. Try and see through the colored glass and see if you make out any details in that way.
Coming right up, I'll take a look through the shield just in case.
Good thing.
How familiar is Flint with cats? That's what I want to ask Flint.
As a dwarf, he knows enough not to bring two to a new fortress.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not a whole hell of a lot. Nothing beyond, like, normal person knowledge, I imagine.
Sure. From what you can tell, taking a moment to kind of spy the glass as this individual is begging for your help in front of you, you figure it's either one hell of a calico or there's probably multiple cats here.
You know, this is literally a room full of cats, or at least like a tenth. There's a lot of cat in here.
Yeah, I don't think we should shut it up. I think someone needs to go inside to figure out what's causing the problem.
No, I'm not going back in. I'm not going back in there.
I didn't say you. Maybe this is something we could handle?
Sure.
Yeah, to be fair, two cats could tear a peasant to shreds in the matter of 6 seconds, so this many cats could be an issue.
Again, I can punch a lot of cats, but I'd rather not. Arano, I think, had the proper thought there. What was the question you were going to ask?
What did you see in there?
Yeah,
were you asking me? Go ahead.
Sorry, is there sound coming from in there? Is there an ungodly cacophony of cat meowling and hissing in there?
There is definitely some noise. If you want to make out specifics, you can roll a perception check, but it's based on sound and not sight.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
You hear just a dissonant noise of, like, yowling, and just there's a low rumble sound that's almost vibrating the space, like vibrating the door as you get closer to listen. It's weird. There's all kinds of, and, like, every once in a while, like, just that high-pitched whine of, and just a lot of, just picture every cat noise you've ever heard in your life and then combine it into one thing. That's what you're hearing.
Yep, that is an unreasonable number of cats. 1,000 cats, 1,000 stories,
9,000 lives, yes.
So what exactly is bringing about this many cats?
Please. You can see him straining against the door.
Tower put its hands on the door to help out as well, just to try to get as much of the story as possible.
Okay,
Well,
as
we
you
need context here.
as you put your hands to the door and you go to like push it closed, you feel a lot of resistance. Like, oh yeah. And every once in a while, now that you're touching the wood, every once in a while through your hands, you just feel the occasional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I own a cat. I don't know how Lester is, but when I go into the bathroom,
Bonk.
Tybalt literally like fucking runs and body dives into the door to try and like let me in multiple times. So every once in a while, there's a couple of those.
Yeah,
Boom,
Lester headbutts our
boom.
door open. Like
It
he
feels
can
like
open our door.
It feels like someone's just pounding like with their fist every 10 seconds, just to like slamming it with everything they've got. You feel the door kind of push back against you even more, and it's actually taking active effort to help this person hold the door.
I'll
They
have
must be
Steel
strong.
Defender go up and stand up against it also.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not just like, oh, okay, I'll just put my hand here and it's
Right,
done.
right.
You have to actually brace it because you realize if you don't,
I know, but they,
yeah.
up to this point, had been doing it completely on their own the whole time, so that's all I'm saying.
I mean, sure. He's been failing, though. Sorry, but someone asked me something in the midst of that, and now I got lost in the sauce, so help me.
When Wendy was a still defendering to help as well.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's the same situation.
Yeah.
You know, can the
But
steel
hopefully
defender
now this
feel?
guy can
Maybe
tell
not,
us
but
what he saw inside of there.
So, are you here about the break-in?
Yeah, right?
Okay. Well, there was a break-in. Some items were stolen. Others were activated. I don't know. There's a statue, an artifact. And after the break-in, it just started poofing cats. Which was nice. It was a blessing. It's nice to have cats in a church of Bast, you know, and it began increasing day by day, but hey, more cats the merrier, or so I thought. And now there's too many cats. There's too many cats, and they're gone. Oh God.
Who's gone?
The others, the other clergy. It's just been out.
They disappeared? Or they left?
Yes, they disappeared. All right.
Like out of thin air?
Or into feline stomachs. Yes, I believe the crying leads into feline stomachs. Okay. This is very peculiar.
How long ago was the break-in?
You see him trying to do mental math while getting pushed forward a little bit by the door and the
I'll
shield defender
push on
and
the
tower.
door,
Yeah.
too.
A few weeks ago. I'm not sure.
Oh boy.
Well, as we are the ones here to help, and you are the last person to help, I think we are well met. However, I'm not entirely sure how to go about the next phase of this operation. Is there
Me neither.
any idea? Again, the punching cat idea is there, but I'm not sure it actually solves the problem in the long run.
Right. Where did the first cat appear? Do you know?
In front of the idol. We moved it to the center of the space. So during our sermons, worship time, our patrons could enjoy the cats themselves and see the wonders of Bast, the miracles of Bast. That was a mistake. It was a big mistake. Big mistake.
Did you try moving it back?
I'm not going to touch it. I couldn't touch it if I wanted to now.
But these cats are generally normal cats, just many, many of them. Is that accurate?
I think so.
Okay.
So they're not summons that are just gonna poof or anything. Like real ass cats.
Oh, they're real.
Oh, this sounds like it's gonna be a hell of a problem.
I mean, we can just kill all of the cats.
But considering what they did to Cardinal Blackwood, I'm not sure if they're normal.
What was the noises that we were hearing?
That's them.
I
That's
mean,
them.
the big bang noises.
Oh.
Probably should get knocked over.
Whenever they appear, I don't know. There's a sound emanates with them.
For each one, as it
Well,
poofs, as he said.
each bursting. I don't know what to call it.
They're not
and-
one at a time anymore.
They were, but then it got more and more, and now here we are.
I didn't realize they were appearing multiples at a time. I thought this was a slow build-up over time, but if they are indeed appearing perhaps hundreds even at a time, this is going to become a much bigger problem.
It's both. I don't know what the number is now, but it's both. At first it was just one, and then an hour later another one, and then another hour later, and then it became 30 minutes and 10 minutes and then 1 minute, and now it's so out of hand. It's so out of hand.
and like kind of sliding down the door like and across from this person and whispering to the group. Tower's gonna say, I mean, I do not like the idea of killing all these cats, but they will become an ecological disaster if they were let free. Perhaps fire is a good place to start.
I'm not sure.
Spit soda all over my
now?
computer.
What'd you say?
I almost just spit my soda all over my
I don't think Flint is the one to do this math, but I've calculated that at an exponential rate of cat accretion over a week, there are at least 16,000 cats.
16,000 stories. Who's gonna do the math? I'm not. Okay, I might. We'll see what happens.
This is when I really wish we had more
Can I
magic
math that
users.
here? Yes. 1,047,456 lives.
Right.
Well, you don't know exactly the rate at which they were spawning from
Sure.
from the beginning to the end, But sure,
This is
you can.
Probably
There's
like
a lot.
low ball. This is a low
There's a lot
ball
of cats.
estimate of-
There's a lot of cats.
Again, let out into any normal-sized village, or indeed any forested land or non-forested land, it's going to be a nightmare on the ecosystem.
I'm afraid, though, that if this is what happens when this goddess was angered from just moving what was the word? The statue? That's not the right word.
Well, let me clarify what the Whimpering Fool was saying. It was already doing this. This started after the break-in. It was already spawning cats before the move. They moved it to the central space because it was doing it, because it was a miracle and a wonder. So, it can be a spectacle and a testament to the followers.
Oh, that item.
Yeah, that item.
I thought it was the moving of it that caused it.
No,
Okay.
that item was after the break-in.
Right.
That item was already causing this situation at a much slower rate. And they're like, holy shit. I mean, think, if a statue of Mary was crying blood, you'd move it to the center of your fucking church. Look at the crying blood. Look at Mary cry blood.
So you're saying this is something it's always done?
Since the break-in was what.
Okay. Okay, because you were just saying since the break-in, it was already doing it, so that was confusing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, the break-in happened, and when they kind of
That's
inventoried
what
what was
caused it.
missing, they noticed this item and what it was doing, and so they took that item and made it a central piece, and now we're where we are now.
So perhaps it is the returning of the stolen goods that would appease the angered god.
I'm just worried that setting this temple on fire would anger it even more, and something worse might happen.
I understand that, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to
He's
it.
like, I ain't one for torching religious buildings.
We can help rebuild. Well, somebody could help rebuild.
Let me also say this isn't like a temple or a church. I'm gonna end up using those words interchangeably. It's not made out of wood by any means. It is stonework. That is
Okay. So
the building will
torching a
survive.
cat and then letting all the cats
harder
get
to
on
set
fire
that.
might not do much.
You don't know what the interior of this space looks like at this time, but
Probably
I
very
know
ruined.
exactly what a tenth of it looks like.
yeah.
But do you have any information, my good sobbing man, on the perpetrators of the crime and indeed what was taken in specific that it might be found?
Hmm, uh, there, he seems rifling his brain. Yeah,
Is there record within?
maybe?
Well, shit.
Tra, how good are you at tracking?
What exactly is that skill?
I believe it's a survival check.
I'm pretty good at tracking.
Pretty good. A 5 is the number. Yeah, but how good are you?
I'm a 4.
I feel like I'm a 4.
I'm a fool.
I'm actually a quite good tracker myself. I have a plus 7 to
Well, there you go.
a survival type.
Literally anyone who isn't me.
What kind? What would you like me to take a look at, Sheriff? What do you need? What's up? What you want?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh,
I was like, we need to figure out where these folks went. I'm wondering if there's any sort of signage left.
What exactly was stolen?
I'm trying to wrap my brain, I promise. Let's see. We have many relics. I believe there was a special, ceremonial staff or rod. But I think it's a rod. Used by a, supposedly, by a champion of Bast. He was able to use his rod to hold back the armies of her enemies, and it said that one who holds this rod will be immovable. And a ring. There was a ring. There was a special ring. The eye of Bast, able to see through to the truest sight. I don't know. Some people believe it can be seen through walls and such. I don't know.
well,
Eye of Kitty God. Kitty deity. Nice.
indeed. And still, nothing in your mind of who might have perpetrated this. Enemies of Bast, you say?
Look, until today, I don't normally do this stuff. I make sure that the second wine is filled. I make sure that the benches are clean. I don't do this.
And I understand. And well, good luck with this store. I think we have
You
work.
wanna talk to Cardinal Blackwood, but he's dead.
Right. I think we are going to have to go inside to get more information. If more information is what we are looking to find.
Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, I'm curious to see what it looks like inside.
We could, maybe... Oh, but that would be ruining the temple. I was gonna say barricade the doors and go in through the window.
I'm sure they can replace a single window. At this point,
That
they're going to
25-foot tall one? Would take some work. Stained glass?
And again, I just so we're like not totally freaking out. The catness on that you're seeing through the glass is just on the very bottom portion of that window.
Right,
It's
that's
not-
why I was suggesting to go in from up high. Are there any other, well, I guess we should secure the door, right? Because we all agree that just opening the doors would not be a good idea.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yes?
Yes. Perhaps, Arano, are there any materials laying around you might be able to quickly put together a brace or something with your very talented abilities?
Sure. Yeah, I certainly can do that. With my tinker's tools? My carpenter's tools?
Carpentry could go a long way towards, getting just a bar put across in a few different places and braced up.
Yeah, you said this is a wood door, right?
Yeah. I mean, do you have metal bars and such?
Well, we can make wooden bars. You can make bars out of wood. I don't know.
Or do you have wooden bars? Yeah, do you
Yeah,
have
it's
something
good.
that's
Yeah,
going to bar this
Is
door?
there anything around us that can
Right.
be scrapped?
Just to ask, like,
you-
are
I
there
mean,
crates around or fences or?
Not really. It's just this. There is some like shrubbery along the path, but it
A
is just like
shrubbery!
doorways and this at the end. This structure, which I said was mostly made out of stone, with the sparseness of glass for the window and such as well.
Also, out of curiosity, is anybody here caster enough to be able to use a locate object spell?
I don't think I have that one. No, I don't.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah, but can you drop Are you able to drop second level spells?
Yes.
Oh god.
Shit, it's not on your list.
I was looking
Yeah,
at what we have in shared spoils, and we do have 2 sticks of dynamite.
All of a solution.
It's looking like we have very little options as to how to bar the doors. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure that a lot of choices here. Although I mean, there are shops nearby.
I was just gonna say, well, while we hold the doors, someone could go to a store and get some stuff.
Actually, I've got a thought on that. I'm gonna rush back over to the magic shop.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop Fat Bottom Girl just to make my life a little easier.
Okay.
Bracing this door.
I'm going to ask the shopkeep if they have something akin to a immovable rod. I know the church used to have one.
At first, I thought that's what you were trying to do, to see if, like, a pawn shop type thing, if it was turned in by someone to get money. I'm like, why are you investigating right now? And then I realized what you were actually trying to do.
It's like if they stole it directly from there, they would not walk down the street to pawn it off.
Wait a minute. Oh, well, I guess... Okay.
Like, unless the shopkeep really did not give a shit.
I know this makes sense, like, alphabetically, but I just feel like how this section of the DMG should work is that items of the same type should be together. Because if I'm looking for a movable rod and I'm looking at rods, it would just make sense.
What are you looking at?
Wait a minute.
I saw a thing recently about
Am I crazy? Is that item not in this book?
That'd be weird.
No, the immovable rod is definitely in there somewhere.
Snickers
Yeah.
dip
Under immovable.
You know what?
It's in the compendium.
I'm gonna close this book and use the compendium. That's exactly right.
Sorry, what were you saying, Matt?
Oh, I was hoping to fill the space about the book stuff. About Snickers' dick vein being removed. You know, the dick vein.
I saw a thing. I didn't watch it, but I saw a thing talking about that, and I don't really understand what the issue about that is. Why it's even an issue.
It's
just fucking poured chocolate.
Page 175, immovable rod.
It's not a real thing that's happening. I guess it's just like a thing that's memey, but.
Oh, okay, there it is. I found it, but it's like it's just because it's alphabetical. I just feel like, it should be with rods. Anyways, I just wanted to see one other thing, just to see if that's the kind of thing. I got one. That was an 8. If you didn't hear it.
Sorry, what was that?
They don't.
Oh,
I rolled for
8.
it.
Thought you
That
said
ain't
8.
I ain't
Like
got
you
one.
rolled
There's
a die in real person. In real person?
Yeah, in real person, I rolled a die to see if they would have it. Just a straight up odds or even.
And then you were like, that was me, in case you couldn't hear it. And I was like, what is going on?
Oh, no, that's not what okay, I understand the problem.
All right. Flynn is going to take some time to try and figure out any other potential solution that might be available here. Carry on.
Okay.
A glue.
Meanwhile, Aranoa, there is a blacksmith shop nearby, is there not? Perhaps there might be something lying around that might be usable.
Yeah, that's right. I guess I can go check over there. I ran away to go check.
Okay, if you're asking that guy for something, he's, I got this. Holds up like an unfinished spear. It's about 7 feet long.
Great, I'll take it.
Okay, we can call it 350.
350 what?
Sorry, 350 gold.
Oh, this is, I'll return it to you. This is more of a public service kind of request.
Make a persuasion check.
Says the group with tons of money.
I mean, you could explain the situation.
So yeah.
I know.
There's cats pouring out of the whatever the thing is. It's not a temple, but whatever it is, I forgot already.
Make persuasion.
And, okay.
If only it was Gwen. She has sovereign glue.
Yeah, right. Just bring it back.
Will do.
Nice.
I'll go and try to fasten that on there somehow in a way that doesn't damage the spear with my carpenter's
it is
tool.
like a handled doors. They are handled doors, so you could.
Oh,
I don't really want to give you ideas, I guess, but.
Well, that would have been the obvious thing that she would do if she could actually see those doors. So, makes sense.
So you're gonna slide a spear through the handles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you all gonna stop holding it?
Gingerly.
Yeah. Tentatively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When all of your hands, including this gentleman's, finally release from the door, you watch the door kind of bow into the spear and kind of hold tentatively. And you can see now where the doors are still kind of jarred a little bit. A couple paws every once in a while poke through and scratch at the other side of the door, and like do that whole like high low mid go back in. A new one comes out. You see like the front of a face of one kind of trying to push its head and neck through this crack, but it can't. It can only get like the front part of a muzzle out. And it's just a lot of that until you decide what else you're going to do.
Oh boy.
Sidebar, as a DM, I love that I can just fill a room with cats and it's giving you just as much pause as if I threw a fucking dragon into it. Threw you in a pit with a dragon.
Arguably far more pause.
Yeah.
It's a very different problem. Very tricky one.
It is. You're messing with our morality, man. We can't fuck with cats. Alright.
I'm not about to brainweed Thomas here.
But we may just burn a room full of cats. We'll see.
But it's also a religious room full of cats.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Personally, the issue isn't braining that many cats. It's the circumstance. There's a whole lot to consider.
So, are we going to indeed try to sneak in here? Well, sneak, not so much, but scurry up in here and see if we can get any clues from a few weeks ago as to who might have done the break-in, I guess is what we're looking for.
I don't see how we will with all those cats.
Yeah, I don't
really
what
think of
we
it.
found. Yeah.
The cat line that Flint has spotted is well above the door frame. It is to the window.
Yeah.
I want to have that clarification as well.
Oh wait, is it not like a solid layer of cats down there, or is it just like a pile?
I assume that there are several layers of cats all on top of each other.
I don't think that you would have that kind of information at this point because you have not really seen enough of. You don't even know what the inside of this building.
Oh yeah, I guess
they
could just all be rushing towards the door and just stacked there. It's not necessarily the entire temple.
That could be the case. You don't know, is what I'm saying. Is you don't even know what the layout of this building is or how deep back it goes or whatever. You know how tall it is because you can see that. And the doors themselves are about 15 feet
tall, and the window is directly above that.
There's probably a good
Is there like a ledge to stand on?
There's like a 3 to 4 inch space and a tiny bit of what do you call that? It's not corrugation, right? It's called what is that called? Crowning?
Crown molding.
Crown molding.
Kind of a crown mold. There's just a bit of stone that juts out that's probably about 2.5 inches of just this ornateness that kind of breaks the line of the door and the window, and that the gap between is probably a good 4 inches. Does that make sense? You're following me?
Is it you, Erno, that has levitate?
That has what?
Levitate?
Yeah.
Could you levitate either yourself or someone up there to see through, or is that a waste of that spell?
No, I could definitely do that.
I would not mind taking a look. I'll keep close to the wall.
Alright, left for 10 minutes.
And I cannot fly, right? I just want to be sure. Remain suspended, the spell levitate. Yeah, okay.
I think you can go up and down.
Yeah, you have to be able to move yourself.
It's a object such as the wall or ceiling. So yeah, that's why I'll stick near the wall and try to use that as best I can to help guide myself up and down or whatnot, and see what I can see through the window.
I could have given you spider climb instead.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Oh, I actually do much better with spider climb, but that's fine. Next time.
You can definitely make it to this window to look through, but as I said, this is like colored glass. Plus, it's not a perfect. It's not like a super clear glass either because of the nature of it. I would say you can peer through. I probably need it to be disadvantaged the more I think about it to try and to try and figure out what you're trying to figure out and really try and gain that space, that interior space.
Tower's gonna just no, yeah, never mind. Yep, that's fine. Disadvantage it is.
Oh,
You
at
can
least you still have
definitely
high perception.
you can tell that through this window there is about at least 1.5 feet of cat out from the window. Like, beyond the window it goes out about 1.5 feet at least, but can't really make out the details if it goes more than that.
Tower will float up towards the top of this particular window and punch out the top of this window and look more.
Okay, just make a perception check that way. As you don't need to roll for anything. It's just stained glass.
Cool.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's cats all the way down.
Yeah, just a solid how many feet up of cats do I reckon? Like judging by wall height, like 3
That
feet.
line.
Cat?
You can now
Oh,
tell
shit.
looking into the space.
Worth
the
a cat?
windows.
No.
Or,
Let me
yeah.
tell you what you can now see above this door. You can tell that this building is approximately 9 to 10. Nope, that would turn into 50 feet wide.
Whoa.
Right? Because it's 9 to 10 squares wide.
Sure.
It is about, but and I'll clarify that a little bit more in a second. But I want to get you the length of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have been able to just actually look at this page. That'll be harder to do. What I can do is go to the measuring tape. That's the smart thing to do. 1 second. Sorry for the delay.
No worries whatsoever.
It is approximately 95 feet deep. But you can, yeah. But along the sides of this interior, you can see that there are kind of alcoves that run along it as well.
95 feet?
That are kind of, you can see just the top of these alcoves.
Okay, so 50 by 95 feet is the room.
Is the dimensions of the space. You can tell it goes higher.
Sure. Okay. And there's 10 feet worth of cat on the ground.
No, there has to be.
No,
because the window's at starts at 16.
It is filling the entire, from where you see the cats in the front of the window. It's going all the way to the back of the building.
Right,
all
but
the way to the sides.
Right, it's a 15-foot deep pool of cat.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to.
Well, actually, it's a little bit more based on the numbers.
Gotcha.
It's a little bit more. It's less than 20, more than 15.
That's some Garfield Eldritch horror abomination.
Oh my god.
I mean, it is. This is fucked up. How is there not like?
How are the ones on the bottom even alive?
Yeah, exactly. Coming out from the bottom of the door, it's like slowly flooding into the street. Maybe soon. Fucking hell. And I report what I find. Yeah.
Oh god.
In fact, and now that Tower's punched out the top of this thing, I mean, cats don't have fucking ranged attack. Tower's gonna, hug the wall and use it to float on inside and continue. Before I go, Sheriff, you have some kind of way of linking our minds together. Is that accurate? Okay, I guess it's not accurate. Is Brian gone?
Did he just fucking nope out of here after that?
Okay, no. Okay. Sheriff, you have some kind of way of linking our minds together. Is that correct?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, because I'm going to levitate my ass up on in here and see what else I might be able to see.
We could let Ursula in and let her go to town.
Ooh, she might enjoy that, actually.
Yes. That might not be a bad idea whatsoever.
The natural predator of the resupplying cat room. Baby owl bear.
And Tara will hug the wall and float its way in and mind link information back to them as it sees what it might see in there besides just cat Olympic swimming pool. Yeah, Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Above the cat mess, and it is loud in here. It is like a shrill lion exhibit at the zoo. Now that you're in here, this building was designed to carry sound incredibly well. And since you're spending so much time in here, every once in a while you hear that concussive noise from somewhere toward the back of this building. Not quite. Well, it's roughly the middle, at sort of the middle, I would say. Hard to tell, but every once in a while you hear that noise kind of deafened from within this sea of cats, and just a bubble effect kind of as some cats kind of spill up to the top. Not a whole lot, but just more than feels comfortable, and kind of just adds to the mass. Every few seconds, more are coming.
In case this ever matters, we've got 6 hours of connection.
And is it two-way?
I
forget how yours works.
The exact specifics on this, I believe I am I think I'm the center of the party line.
Oh, cool! Even better.
I think I act as the board switch.
Okay, I thought this was just me and you, but even better. Party. Reporting back, Tower will say, "I think I have located where the device that is producing the cats is. I can attempt to remove it. There might be maybe, and I hate to say this, but a large body of water we can drop this into for a while we deal with the rest of the situation, or I can leave it be." Yeah, it's fine. Oh, it's getting late too. I'm gonna, I guess, continue. I'm gonna see if I can find any information about either how to stop this or about thefts. And I don't even know what I would find at this point. Fuck.
There's not a lot of detail here. Like I said, above that, you can see that the ceiling is painted with another ornamental display of Bast's. What's the word I'm looking for? An awe-inspiring image of Bast in all her glory, kind of is painted along the tops. It's very beautiful. You can see on either side of the window, but in alcoves all the way to the side of that section. So the front of the building, there's a spiral staircase that kind of leads up, and you can see there is forgive me, running all along the side and across the back, a catwalk that has an area up there for God knows what.
I'll float my ass that direction. I mean, I don't know why.
Walk. Duh.
Yeah. I'm just saying there's an elevated space up there. It doesn't look big enough that people, a lot of people would be up there. It doesn't, it seems to have some purpose that is not really maybe make a religion check.
Gotcha.
Try that out.
We'll see how that goes. Maybe this should be a performance check.
There's just definitely a walkway up there,
but leading nowhere.
It just seems to kind of start at the stairs of one side and wrap around the back of the building all the way to the other stairs. So it's just like a U-shaped catwalk area that lets you be above the floor space below, presumably, because you cannot see the floor from here.
Any thoughts about trying to bring this device out of the building?
Oh,
okay.
I
leave it be. It was specifically to the sheriff.
I thought you were still asking Dom questions, and then I realized that's not a him question.
No. But it was a good answer. It's no, there are no thoughts. Okay.
You can't see it, right? It's covered, right?
It is covered, yes, but I think I have a bead on the location. I might be able to get in there and maybe quickly get out.
It's not easily accessible.
No.
Seems like we would maybe want to try to disarm it before we.
The item appears to be below sea level.
Sea level.
I'll be here all week. Literally.
I hope so. That'd be cool. Okay, fair enough. And Tower will float its ass right back on out of this building.
I know it's getting pretty late, so I feel like members will want to be stopping soon.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Yeah.
And we can do that. Unless you want to formulate some kind of plan to enact when we meet up for this next. If we meet up in person, I have
too much discussion.
If we meet up in person, I do not know how to fucking do this in person. But we'll see.
Oh man, yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is an interesting one. But yeah, I think that might be it for the evening. I'm not sure. Unless, again, anybody has anything else to say about this room of cats right now.
I've been racking my brain around
Right.
trying to find a way to safely excavate a shit ton of cats.
I got nothing for this. I have no portal wand.
How does a portable hole interact with this, given the opportunity to maybe buy one? I'm not sure it does.
Right. Oh, boy.
So to close this out for the evening, then I'll say, as you're exiting tower, and especially you, but everyone, including the people, kind of the onlookers down the street, as you kind of cross the threshold of glass to the exterior, you hear that chamber completely filled with this deep, low, guttural from somewhere within this sea of cats, and that's where we'll stop.
Yikes. Is it playing?
This work? Yeah, it did.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I forget.
Yeah. It just doesn't usually pick up the in the beginning sometimes on Discord. Yeah, so that's where we are with that.
Yeah, this is a weird one, Dom.
Quickly becoming my favorite encounter ever.
Sometimes you just gotta think outside the box. So put a bunch of cats in there.
Yeah. Schrodinger's temple.
How does one solve a problem like this without copious cat murder?
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of ways to solve it. It's just how are you willing to solve it?
Exactly.
That's the interesting question.
How do you solve a problem like Catsy?